Joining us now to talk more about this is Dr. Ariel Cohen. He's the meteorologist in charge at the National Weather Service office in Los Angeles, Oxnard. Dr. Cohen, great to have you back with us here on Fox Weather. We've been lucky to chat with you a bunch of times about all kinds of happenings down in Southern California, but never about a severe thunderstorm watch. It's the first time that's happened in almost 2 decades. Can you tell us about what's been playing out with this kind of odd or at least rare situation down there?
We certainly ended up with the alignment of the ingredients that favor the development of thunderstorms capable of producing damaging wind gusts. And we also saw a number of circulations or areas of rotation with this activity last night. And what that meant was that the risk for localized wind damage was elevated. And so in collaboration with the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, we had issued a severe thunderstorm watch when it appeared that those ingredients were coming together for a prolonged duration and extended area of isolated sporadic damaging wind gusts. And indeed, that's what we saw. We saw about a dozen or so different areas of either measured severe wind gusts in excess of 58 miles an hour, or wind damage as well. Now, many areas did not experience those damaging conditions, but those isolated locations that did, as supported by that environment we were looking at, the relatively rare environment coming together to support this potent of a storm system and impact.
Yeah.
It appeared that we would be ending up with what we experienced. And in addition to that, the flooding has also been a major concern. We've had a number of flash flooding reports, some mudslides, rock slides, and minor debris flows across the Los Angeles area through the morning hours today.
That's something that we've talked about over the last several months. Of course, going back to the start of the year, the historic wildfires in the Los Angeles area, and we talked about the vulnerability, especially in those places, to things like debris flows, like you had just mentioned. We've had situations that have been far lesser in severity than this generate some issues. How long do you think that's going to be the case there? Is that until further notice, anytime that there's the threat of heavy rain, is going to lead to, like we saw, some of these evacuations and the overall hazards?
So, great question. That's something that we're continuously evaluating on different burn area response teams. In fact, the senior service hydrologist right behind me is actually very actively involved in working with our core partners in order to determine how the changing landscape conditions, not only from year to year, but also on shorter timescales, is evolving in terms of its ability, its receptiveness to rainfall, and whether that rainfall is able to be absorbed into the ground, or does it go into runoff? Does it go into pushing debris in those burn scars down to create debris flows? And so that's something we're constantly working with our partners to evaluate those thresholds that we use in terms of rainfall rates to determine whether we're going to be experiencing those potentially destructive debris flows. We actually saw some of those rates last night, as was collaborated between our office, USGS, and our emergency management, law enforcement partners. And we actually ended up issuing flash flood warnings, not only for the Eaton burn scar, but other areas as well, where the ground was much less receptive to absorbing the water falling and much more capable of pushing down the debris from the fire activity. So it's something we're constantly assessing, constantly evaluating. So we're giving the best science-based threat assessment when it comes to flash floods.
Yeah, this was some potent storm, some of those rain rates that moved in with the healthy storms. Glad that things will be improving, at least gradually, over the next several hours. But we know it's been a busy run for you guys right there at the National Weather Service office in Los Angeles, Oxnard. So, as always, we appreciate the time and the expertise. That's Dr. Ariel Cohen, the meteorologist in charge at NWS Oxnard. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
You too.